Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Perfect, looks like it works. So day 4. So in the last one, what we've done is we get able to plug this track player. Was crazy stuff. We did get stuck a lot, but now we are able to play a podcast. I'm gonna just put the sound a bit low, and now if I click on one of them, we are able to play the podcast himself. Now when I click on one of them, still now it works. So it's pretty good, but now I have no way to pause or doing something like that. So yeah, so this is something we need to check how to deal with that. So I'm gonna open a new Chrome window, and we're gonna check back this track player library. Okay, and inside that, so as you see right now, we get some kind of error where when I click on one of them, we get this sending playback track change with no listener register. So this is something we need to fix. I think what happened, I'm not quite sure, because everything I know about this library, it's what you see in the stream. So, but if I'm looking right now, I think what happened is we need to like call a track player register playback services, where this thing need to be an object, and this thing gonna follow everything. So okay, not quite sure how I'm gonna handle all that. So you see, this is what they've done. So you create a services where you put those kind of even listener, and you call a function you want with them. So it's looks pretty simple. So I think we can go with that. So when we initialize, so right now we initialize this one here. Player is set up from the home screen. Looks like after that I'm gonna need to create a new file. I'm gonna call that TrackPlayerServices.ts, and I think I make a typo. This thing need to be export default function. So I think I like to do like track player services equal nasing function, and I'm gonna export default this track player services. And now with them, I'm gonna just copy those things. I'm gonna import a track player. And now I need to write this code here. So here I should do track player that register services, playback services, who here need to receive a require Why here you pass it the services, the TrackPlayer services. And now I'm gonna use function here. Like that. Oh, what happened? Async function, module export. Func that applies on a function. I think it's my required issue. So we require that. It looks okay. Func apply. But you know what? I know what I can do. I can just deal with the looks it work. So now if I play one of the podcasts, we should not have this error anymore. Looks good. So here, here are some of the events we can get from the remote. So if I remember, the remote should be, you know, like when you're in background or something like that. So this thing looks pretty simple. Okay, now we want like a progress bar. And we're gonna need other stuff. So now I think we need to do what each good podcast player have. It's having a way to play pause, because right now I start it, I have no way to pause it. So I play it. So now you play. But now we should need at least this. Yeah. I think this is what we're gonna do. We need to have like, I think I'm gonna go like with the iTunes, Spotify way, Apple Music, Spotify way, like where you have like this mini player here at the bottom. So I think this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go inside my common component and I'm gonna create a new file called player.ts. Rename file. We want a TSX. So here we're gonna import React from React. We're gonna create the player equal like that. And here we're gonna return a box. This box for now we're gonna put a height of 70. Width, we want a width of 100%. A BG for now, just to see it easier, we're gonna have a red. And after that, what I want to do, we want that to be always at the top of the tab bar. So I think with the new navigation stuff, you see here I have the tab navigator. What I should do now, it's wrap all of them with a fragment and have my player right there. But okay, that don't do what I was thinking that would done. Okay, so the tab navigation go where in the main navigation, like that. And inside tab navigator, okay, so I'm gonna need to create my own tab finally. If I see what's happened right now, I need to create my own tab bar. So we're gonna create one. So inside my component common, we're gonna create a new file called TabBar.tsx. We're gonna create it from here. Like that. Gonna return, gonna be a box. We're gonna put height of 50 for now and a width of 100%. Shouldn't do this, I should not need, but we're gonna put that yellow for now. So now if I go to my tab navigation, I think the tab navigator here can receive a tab bar, and I want my tab bar. And now we're gonna say you don't receive the props we want, but now you see it's this yellow thing. So now what happened, it's now if I want here, I can have my player right there. So now you see my player is at the top of my tab bar. So this tab bar, the way we're gonna make it work is we're gonna need the SafeAreaContext, where here we're gonna be able to receive the inset. So we're gonna have a height of 50 plus the inset of the bottom. Invalidate. Oh, okay. So looks like what happened is we need to, when we wrap the main navigation here, when we wrap the app.tsx, we should have right there SafeAreaContext, I think, context provider. Not sure if this is the name. Okay, I know how I'm gonna type it, so I'm gonna remove this one. It's gonna be SafeArea. What is the name? SafeArea provider. This is what we want. Can import that. So now it should work. Invalid hook can only be called on the body of the function component. Hey Martin, hey, thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you to watch this thing where I struggle a lot. Okay, what happened now with this stat bar? So I don't understand. If I put something like that, now you accept it. So I'm gonna add here all my props. I'm gonna spread all of them. Now my type bar is supposed to receive it. We don't care about now about that right now, but you see. So this inset right now, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. They're gonna give me inset, like they're gonna tell me like if we have some kind of save area, and you see right now we have a bottom of 34, so it looks like here it's a 34 pixel we need from the bottom, and we have a 44, so the 44 is the notch. So it's an awesome library built by Yannick Duplessis, really awesome, and now I use it every time. So now you see we have the TabBar here, we're gonna have the mini player right there. So now, so first thing, yellow is really not like what we're gonna use, but yeah. So bottom TabBar option, so bottom TabBar props. So we should pass it right there. So this one gonna receive this thing. So should be make this thing happy, perfect. And now here we're gonna receive some props. Inside those props, we're gonna be able here to look over the route, the state that routes. Here we can map. So here we're gonna have a route. In each route is gonna be a box. For the key, we're gonna make use of the route that name or key, yeah. And now here, this is where we're gonna need to do the icon. So for the icon, what I like to do is I create an object right there, where here I'm gonna have the name. So we're gonna have home. We're gonna have route that, what is the name, download. We're gonna have route that profile. And we're gonna have also route the library. After that, if you remember in the first episode, we did this kind of feather stuff. So this one was for the home, like that. After that, we want the library to have this one. I'm gonna put a comma. We're gonna need to put a comma here. After that, we're gonna have this one also. That was for the download. Yep. We need a comma. And we're gonna finally use this one here. For the profile. Now, the issue is how we're gonna deal with the colors. So now you see, all of them are feathers. So now I just think we should just put the name of the icon here as a string. My mistake. Here it's user, and here it's inbox. And I don't like the fact that it's not in the same order, so we're gonna use it like that. And I think download was after library. Yep. Like that. Now here what I'm gonna do, it's from here I'm gonna use feather icon. And here, I'm gonna add brace to our function. I'm gonna sequence icon equal icon slash route that name. And now here I can say name is gonna be equal to icon. Size is gonna be equal to the matrix TabBar icon size. And now for the color, what do the route have? The route have a state and an index history, no. And we have a param, but it's not really what I care. Here finally I should just care about like if this is the current one. So what I can deal with that, it's, what was the color I did put here? So color, we did put active and inactive like that. So I'm gonna create here, I'm gonna say cons active 10 color equal like that. Cons inactive 10 color equal like that. And now here we should do for the color. So color cons color equal. So if route that key, it's equal to the not route that key, I think it's route that name. It's gonna be equal to the props that state that, oh, I should just go with the index finally. So here should be the index. No, I cannot work with the index. Should be route name key. Yeah, I'm gonna try with that. So that should be route.key. So if it's equal to that, we want the active, else that's gonna be the inactive. So now I should pass the color right there. Like that. And now here, we want the flex one, we want that to be center. Here we want that to have a dir of row. We want that to be white. Okay, so we need to check the state. Route state is undefined. What is the route.index? Route that, not route, that was prop.state. Sorry about that. We have a history home, key home, index 0, key, routes, key name. Okay, I'm gonna look some of my code. I'm gonna just look at how I've dealt with that. I've done that before on one of my client project. Hey Diego, how are you? So how do we know if it is active? If the navigation index equal the index. So yeah, that was what I've done. So that was here, you get the index. And you just say if the index, if the props that state that index equal the index. Now you see, I click. Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. It's a box, it's not clickable. Now I can remove this console log. So remember the red's gonna be the mini player. We're gonna put that in a moment. So now here that should be wrapped with a touchable opacity. The key should be inside this one. And now I think that the issue, it's now my touchable opacity need to have the style. So I'm gonna hard code the style here and I'm gonna change it after that. So align item center and justify content center. Okay, so the touchable opacity have a flex of 1. No. Okay. But I don't understand why I don't take the full space. So flex 1 and width of 100%. Okay, this. So align color, background color, blue. Huh. When I wrap it with a box, yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap that with a box, and I'm gonna use the same thing I was using. I don't care about that for now. Looks good. Looks perfect. Their key is gonna be inside this one. Now this one gonna need the align item center, and justify. Okay. Looks better. but yeah, okay, like that. Yeah, good. So I'm gonna create a style here. Perfect. Now we want to control when we're gonna click on one of them to change the tab bar navigation route. So when we call the on press here, we want to, I'm gonna create the function here. So const on press equal, so on tab press, so on tab press equal, here I want to pass it the route name and the route index. You're gonna see why I want to do this. It's gonna be, you know, like in iOS, if you click on the current tab and you are inside a list and the list is scrolled, you're supposed to be able to go back to the top. Should be able to scroll. Yeah. So the route index here is going to be a number. And now here I'm going to do some stuff, but the only thing I need for now is navigation that navigate to the route name. And now on tab press, so because I want to make it clickable, I'm gonna pass it is route the name and is index. Should be good now. So if I click, yeah, it worked. So we are back to where we were at the beginning of this video. I'm gonna put that there. I don't want the, I want that from this one. I think I'm gonna commit this tab bar. But if I commit the tab bar, I'm gonna clean up this one. So I don't need those. I don't need an option. Should be good, yeah. So now I can clean this one, clean both. Looks good. So now I can commit the tab bar and the tab navigation. Create custom tab bar. I'm gonna commit that. You can push. Okay. Now we have the mini player right there. Now this mini player, I think this is where we're gonna get Mobex in the stack. Sorry about that. So how are we gonna deal with that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna work with Mobex for this one. I like Mobex, so okay. What I want to do with Mobex, it's, oh yeah, I'm gonna work with Mobex because the beauty of Mobex, it's if I go to my TrackPlayer Services, I can call here my star from here. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. So how do we install Mobex now? Should be pretty easy. So getting started. I don't care about that. I know how to use it. I just want to know. So should be Mobex React. Thing is, I know they have changed a lot. Now you don't have any more provider. You use the context. So we need Mobex React. So yarn and Mobex in Mobex React. After that, okay, and now I think if I remember, Mobex React have a new docs. Pretty sure they have a docs now. I remember a website where they show everything. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna create here a directory called stores, where here I'm gonna have a player store .tx. So this thing is gonna be a class where we're gonna have some observable from Mobex, like is playing. It's gonna be a boolean, by default false, and I like to have those things like that. And wait online. Okay. After that, I want to have an action. This action is gonna be play. And finally, we're gonna export default our player store. So that's gonna be our player store. And after that, yeah, I'm gonna have a root store.tsx, not tsx, ts, it's not React. So class root store. This one's gonna have a player store, who's gonna be equal to a player store. And inside the constructor, I'm gonna say this is a player store equal new player store. And I want this one to have access to the root store. So if you say this, what happened? It's now you can have here access to the root store, who's gonna be equal to the root store. So I need to export it. And now here I'm gonna have access to my constructor, where I'm gonna receive a root store. It's gonna be a type of root store, and now I can say this is the root store equal root store. So now if I want to have access to the other route store, I'm okay. So now with my player store, with my root store, what I'm gonna do is inside my app.tsx. No, I'm gonna create here. I have a component hooks. I think I don't like to have that as a component, but more like this. And I'm gonna have a use root store.tsx. This thing is gonna import React from React. Use root store like that. And what I'm gonna do, use root store. One sec. Hey Lucky, how are you? One sec. Huh. Oh, thank you. Really appreciate that. Even if I struggle, you like that? I remember what I've done. So this is not what we want. I'm gonna create a new context. From React. So this thing is gonna be just to make our root store from MobiX to be simpler to use as a hook. So the way you deal with that is you create your root store context and you say this thing to be equal to a create context. Here you say it's gonna be a type of root store or null, and by default it's gonna be null. Like that. And after that here, you're gonna create your store provider, root store provider, where this thing it's React FC. And here, you're gonna need to receive the root store as a props. So root store. So here I'm gonna receive some props. And here I'm gonna say root store context dot provider, and his value is gonna be the root store. What I've done, I think here I should just say I'm gonna receive a root store. Yeah, it's I think I want that like that. Props, the root store. Yeah. Okay. After that, here I can say prop the children. So now all my children gonna be wrapped with the provider. And finally, here I can create a hook. Use root store, where here this hook gonna be the one where I export, and I'm gonna export the root store context, root store provider, and the use root store. And now here, the only thing I need to do is I can say const store equal React that use context, where I'm passing the root store context. If I have no store, I'm gonna throw a new error. Say forget to use the root store provider. So now here I can return the store. So now this use root store is tied to no, then I need to return the other one. So now by doing this, what's gonna happen? It's now inside my app.tsx. I can wrap everything with that, with the root store provider. This one need to have the root store. So what I'm gonna do, it's here, I'm gonna create it. I think it's better if I create it right from this root store file. So root store. And here I'm gonna create a new one. Const new const root store equal new root store. Like that. So now here I can say root store, root store. And now everything should work. Okay, now it don't work. What happened is my TS, I have add this thing, experimental, and now I think I need to restart React native to be able to compile with the new TS config. Support for the experimental syntax legacy isn't currently enabled. React native, TSX, but I don't have a Babel or C. Yeah, I have one. Okay, I'm gonna install that. Just to make sure it works. Babel, yep. So now I can just go with what she's done. Babel plugin, Babel config, preset should have plugins. And now I need to restart. It worked. I'm gonna just commit this little change we just did. So my package JSON here, I want to add this Babel config, and I want this one, add Babel. Oh yeah, so the yarn lock is gonna be hard for us to know, so I think I'm gonna just add the root star context, and I'm gonna add all the package JSON, add Babel config decorator plus Mobex setup. Okay, so now should work. Now this context is gonna be really used. One sec, my girlfriend just texted me. So now what we want is to design this stuff. For now, I think we're gonna make it really simple. We're gonna add some icons. So if I'm looking example at the current podcast app from Apple example, so you have like the art, and you have like a play and a fast forward 30. So if I'm looking back to feathers, the thing we won't need is the play button, like a play, like that, and like a fast forward. This is like this thing, but with a 30 inside that. So I think in our case, we're gonna just go with the play. I'm gonna go with play pose. We should have a pose here. So we have a P pose, yeah. So tab navigation, in my tab bar I did have that. So now if I go to my player, I'm gonna be able to import that. And now here we should have two boxes. Yeah, and inside this box we're gonna have two other boxes. Here is gonna be the name of the whatever we play, and we're gonna also have another box here where we're gonna have like a width of, I don't know, 50, height of 50, radius of 8, and we're gonna put like a BG of yellow. So that's gonna be where we're gonna put the like the art or whatever, and that's gonna be something we play. So I don't know, like learn React Native, After that here we need to have our feather icon with the name. Here is gonna be play, and here we're gonna have the other one, pose. Here we want this to have a dir of row, and to take the full space, and this one's gonna have a dir of row. This one's gonna have a MR of small, and we need here a dir of row. The icon are too small, so size I'm gonna go with 25, and I'm gonna center, align item center, and I want to justify between, and also I want to have a padding small from left and right. I want this thing to have an align center, and I want this one to align align center, but justify N. Okay, after that here, I want this box. We're gonna wrap my touchable opacity here. Like that. This one, okay, so now I can click on them. The thing is now I need to create something I always use, so I create a function. So it's a function, make it slope. We'll here take a size as a number, and you return top size, right size, bottom size, left size, and now I can have this function that's gonna add a way to tap more than just like this icon. So if I go back to my player, I go here, I can click it slope equal matrix that make it slope of 20. So now it should be much more clickable, you see? Okay. So now, looks good. For the color is really bad. So if I go to blue line, yeah. And I like that for now. Oh, maybe just black. Or maybe just white for now. Yeah. Okay. And for the text, we can go with white also. White. And I want also the weight to be bold. And I want both here to have a color of theme that color that white. Okay. Don't worry, we're gonna update the UI. Okay. Now the planet, if I go here, you see now you keep, this is what we want. Stay there with us. If I play one, now we want that to make the title here to be there, and now this to work. So play and pause here is really not the good idea, because I just think about that. We need the play when it's play, we need the pause when it's pause. So now this one, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the use root store function we just create. Here we're gonna have access to the player store. And when you use Mobex, always make sure then you observe the player like that. So if a change happen, gonna re-render. And now here for the icon, just in this one, I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna say, so if, yeah, I don't like because I'm gonna have too much if, so I'm gonna say if player star that is playing. So if it's playing, it's gonna be this one, else it's gonna be this one. And now for this one, it's the fast forward. I think I'm gonna use the little one we did see. So that was rotate CW. So now it should work. So now you see it's play, and now perfect. So we're gonna commit this little stuff here. So for the player design. And also I'm gonna just commit this hook and the matrix plus the player store. Add basic player, add basic mini player. Okay. And now you see the beauty of this player now is you follow everything you follow that every time. But now what I want to do is when I click play, this thing change. So now what I need to do is remote play, okay? I can almost say here, TrackPlayerError, the add even listener. And now the add even listener can receive even type. I think what, okay, I'm gonna check, I'm not sure about this one, so I'm gonna here add brace and I'm gonna say play. Okay, if this thing run play, that's awesome. That's gonna already do what we need. So I'm click here. No, so you see, it's not that. So I think in the remote player here, they put a playback track change. Add an event for the playback track change. State change. Media control, okay, playback. Okay, so it looks like it's this one. Okay, so looks like that's the one. So what you can do with Mobex, I can just do the event listener from here. So I'm gonna put this track okay, and now if I'm gonna use this one because it's gonna be simpler, smaller. State, you see next track. It's not what I want. Remote play. State, so that will be state really. So stay loading, stay playing. Oh yeah, looks good. Looks good because now that means I can save the state. I can save here. I don't know why I put this observable below. Should be at top. So this thing gonna be equal to state. Can I have state from? And I'm gonna change the name to be as, oh no. State as track player state or null. Run in action, and this thing don't even need to be async. Run in action, this that player state equal state, like that. And now here, I can create a computed value and say, I don't need this is playing like that, okay? It should always be computed. So is playing, so it's gonna be is playing if my this.player state equal track player state the state playing. So I'm pretty sure I can import them. That's what state playing. So is playing public get is pause. Oh, we're gonna see if that's gonna work. Okay, so when you're gonna start to play, this should change to the pause button. You work crazy. It's not working at all. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make sure here this player state really change. Oh, I see something. Okay, so you see the thing, it's look here, player state's an object. This is what we need. Now I think it's gonna work. Boom, it worked right there. You see, it worked now. It's awesome. Perfect. So now if I want to pause, so that's gonna be the last thing. After that, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right after that. So the only thing I want to do is I want to be able to pause from here. Okay, so if that works, it's awesome. So pause. Here I would like to call the track player and pause. That's it. This is the only thing I want to do. So I want when I click on that to change that. What this pause say? Promise return. Yeah, I don't care. Oh wait, it's okay. Now what that means is this player, this button right there. Okay, you see I've done one thing bad here. I say here the icon should change, but now, so what I mean by that is this player playing stuff should go there. Touchable should finish there. We should have a touchable here and having here like that. So now here, when it's pause, I want to be able to play, and when it's play, I want to be able to pause. So here on the on press, I should be able to call my player store that pause like that. So, hey Tanush, how are you? So now if I'm playing this one, so the two things we want to see. So this is what I really like to do. It's I like to already think about what's gonna happen before I'm looking at this, so I'm sure it's gonna really work like I want. So if I click here, this thing gonna turn to pause, and after that, when I'm gonna have click on pause, it's gonna really pause and gonna turn this back to play. this one work. If I click pause. You see, I did a mistake. I put the pause on the play. Okay. Last time, we try it last time. So now, go back there. I click here. It worked. I click on pause. Boom, it worked. Now I just need to click back, play, and it's gonna play. So we're gonna be good to go with that. So async, await, track player, play. That's it. Player on press, player store that play. I get there. I click play. For today, the plan for the next one is gonna be to able to finally, when we play one of the episodes here, we push that to the player store. So the player store is gonna have all the information. So now this text is gonna be really what you play, and we're gonna be able to put the artwork. So we're gonna have an image there. So we're gonna push that all on GitHub. This thing is gonna still be in the branch called add track player. So I'm gonna say download screen. What was happening? Oh yeah, so they just changed this stuff, so it's okay. I'm gonna just commit everything. So able to play, pause, and see UI change. Looks good. I'm gonna push that. So the repo is still available. So if you go to Aaron Podcast app from my GitHub, you're gonna have everything, add all that there, and now you're gonna see the code we changed just to make sure, yeah, everything is there. And the part is gonna be the most important one, is gonna be this player store, all the stuff we have right now. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. We struggled in the last video, but now we make a really big forward. Also, one of the things we're gonna need to do, it's having like this kind of Spotify, Apple Music stuff where you click here and that become like full screen and stuff like that. It's gonna be some UI animation we're gonna do, and we're gonna need to design this thing a bit, and also checking for the large title. All that's gonna be done in some of the other video. Maybe here also I don't like the padding at the bottom of this thing, but yeah. So for now, it's good. We did good progress. That's awesome. So yeah, we're gonna talk in the next one. I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the. Let me know. You can hit me on Twitter. On Twitter, I'm Quimper Emmanuel, like that. And also, if you have any question, you can hit me on the GitHub link. And yeah. And also, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's pretty simple to find. See Equimper, like that. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch if you have to get the notification when I'm streaming. So I hope you enjoy, and I'm gonna talk in the next one. Bye everyone.